Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you're watching, this is Mappa. I'm Stel. I've got two guests, as you can see. Beside me is Panayiotis from the Lions Den pod on Netcast. Yasu Panayiotis, how you doing, Philip?
Hello guys, how you doing? I'm perfectly fine.
Good. Thank you
Beautiful
for
weather
joining
here
us.
in Cyprus, by the way.
Thank
So
you,
guys,
considering
beautiful
it's
weather.
really cloudy. It's really cloudy in England. Thank you for reminding me.
No worries.
Thank you. That's the first mistake you made. You talk about the weather. Naughty. Right, we have a special guest here. I'm sure Isle fans will remember him. It's Lukasz Skowron. There you go. Did I get that right? Did I get the surname right?
Yeah. Quite right.
I'm going to call you Lukasz from now because I don't want to butcher it any more than I already have done. But Lukasz, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it, Philip. How are you and how is life in Poland? I'm guessing you're back home?
Yes, I'm in Poland now. I live in Gdańsk. Thank you for invitation to your program because I was really surprised that you remember me, that some of fans remind me because I was only 1 year in Cyprus. I was very happy in that in the club, and I I have to say this is very big surprise that someone remembers me and want to talk about my time in Cyprus. Yes, I'm in Poland now. I'm a goalkeeper coach. I'm from the center of Poland, but I moved with my wife to Gdańsk. This is a seaside area, and it's a big city. And I decided to be a goalkeeper coach here, and I work for the club in lower division, fourth division in Poland. We are fighting for a promotion to the third league, which is quite professional because the third league in Poland has all the clubs from all the country. Okay, now we are in the group of 4 regions. Okay, we are fighting with the teams who want to go to higher division, and this division it's all professional. You have big clubs who they want to go to have a promotion to the second league, and after maybe from the second to one. So if we get promotion, we're gonna meet good clubs. We're gonna meet good players there. So we are a smaller team, but we have ambitions, and let's see what's gonna be in a few next games.
Lukasz, what's the team's name? The team that you coach at?
The name of the team is Gdania Gdańsk.
Okay.
It's a very traditional club. It's born in 1922, which is very originally Polish club. Because Gdańsk, before the war, it was like a free city, you know. It wasn't German, it wasn't Polish in 100%, but Polish people live there, you know, because we have some very tragic circumstances before the war and during the war. But Gdańsk was a free city and Polish people lived here, and Gdania was based on Polish guys. So during the war, Gdania athletes, not only football players, or also athletes, volleyball, basketball guys, they were fighting for our freedom with Nazis.
Got ya. Understood.
That's why the culture, the history is very strong about this club.
So tell me about the actual club this season and the type of season that you guys had. Were you expected to push for promotion?
No, because last season we played in lower division, in fifth division. There was a big target to go up, which we did it, and this season there wasn't a target to get promotion, because we wanted to see how we can play, how we can compare with other teams, what competition is. But after a few games, we realized that we are strong, and we don't have any so big weaknesses to don't compete with the best ones. So we are on the second place right now, and there is still time to get promotion because we have very important games ahead of us, and also the first place has also very tough games. So we are counting on our form, we are counting on our players, and let's see what's going to happen in the last 6 games.
Well, fingers crossed you get that promotion, mate.
Thank you very much.
You know, obviously it's a very difficult league to get out of. I'm assuming the resources aren't as great as what, you know, other clubs would be, and for you guys to be in that position is incredible. But I know you're coaching at the moment, and there's something I need to ask you about Polish goalkeepers, because over the years we've seen some outstanding goalkeepers. There's Fabianski at West Ham. They're in the Conference League final. Szczesny at Juventus, who came through Arsenal. I think he was at Brentford before that, if I'm not mistaken, on loan. Dudek, who was at Liverpool, Champions League winner. And if you want to go even further before, in the 70s, a goalkeeper that England fans will remember, Tomaszewski, who stopped England from qualifying for a World Cup. What is the secret with finding Polish goalkeepers? Because I can't think of many countries that have produced so many fantastic goalkeepers in that region, especially.
I think we have to fix many. We have to mix many things. What we have, we can start from mental side, and we can end up on technical stuff and tactical stuff. What I can say about Polish goalkeepers, from many years we have something like individual work with goalkeepers. Okay, so. If there is a good goalkeeper coach, which is focused on the goalkeeper and he cares about his tactical side, technical side, mental side, motoric side. So if you have a good goalkeeper coach and you're gonna meet good head coaches on your road to big football, you are lucky, but it's about your hard work also. So what I see, Szczesny, for example, he has something like genetical advantages. Why? Because his father was a great goalkeeper. Okay, he played for big clubs in Poland. In 4 clubs, he made a champion in the Polish championship. So he has advantages because his genetic is about goalkeeping, you know, and he's not hardworking guy. He's a guy who has a talent. He's a guy who needs only good training, and also he needs an environment for challenges. Okay, this guy likes challenges, and as you can see, every big club he plays. He even didn't lose the fighting for the first position against Alisson in Roma. Okay, because his mental is crazy strong, and he will be a first goalkeeper in every club. You know, he went to Juventus. There was no discussion who gonna be the first. Everyone knew that Szczesny is the first goalkeeper. Also, there is the same situation in Polish national team. Coaches know that Szczesny is very strong mental player, and they always choose him to play. When we had Fabianski in very good form in every national team game, when we have Skorupski who plays for Bologna, he makes very good games. And also we have a young Grabara who is one of the best goalkeeper in Denmark league. And also we have some young goalkeepers from Polish league, or they play abroad. What I can say about goalkeeping, I think I can say much because I also provide my goalkeeping school in Gdańsk. I have 37 goalkeepers in 4 groups, and my biggest talent is 15 years old. And a year ago, I brought him to our club because he was in my goalkeeping school 4 years, and I was seeing that his talent is big, and I was very happy to work with him every day. And I decided to give him an advice to join my club, to train in senior team every day, because he had offers from every academy in Poland, like Legia, like Lech Poznań, like Pogoń Szczecin, the biggest academies. So I said, no, don't go to academy. I believe in you. I see your progress. I see how you develop yourself. I think together we can make good things. What happened after? We started the season in the 4th division Poland, which is quite strong. I think the reform which our federation made a few years ago, that the country is divided for 4 groups. Okay, so we have a competition in 4 regions. So you have, maybe the region is like all Cyprus, for example, maybe a little bigger or smaller, I don't know exactly. But you can meet good players there in this competition. Some of clubs pay good money, so they bring players for the same money like they can have in 2nd division, for example. So we have strong games. But okay, let's go back to my goalkeeper. I said to him, this is a competition when you can develop yourself faster. What happened? After 2 months, when we started the league, the guy was developing himself, growing, and etc. He was 14 years old at that time. Okay, but when we saw him on the training with senior team, he was very, very good. He was impressive on every session. And our first goalkeeper got an injury, and there is a rule in Polish Federation that 14 years old player who played 1 game for junior national team, and the doctor says that he's okay to competitive with senior players. Parents say okay, you can put him into the squad. Okay, so we
14.
Yeah, we did it, and he played a fantastic game. He had a very fantastic debut, and we won that game. And there was an information in whole country that 14 years old player played a senior game. So far, he made 18 games. And I was making statistics about this, and he helped us to reach 22 points. Why I say it? Because I made importance of the saves to our final result to the game. Okay, because there was something like we were winning 1-0. There was 80 minutes. He made a fantastic save. Okay, there was 88 minutes. Another fantastic save. So he helped us to gain 3 points that game. So 3 points, another game, 3 points, another game. Look, so when you have a 14 years old goalkeeper, he turned 15 on February right now. My work now has an effect because I'm very focused about him. Of course, I'm also focused about the other goalkeepers I have in the club. But this was something like a special program for the boy who has a big chance to play on a professional level. Now we have an invitation to Juventus. He's been in Sporting 3 times. Also, he's been in Sassuolo for a trialist. Every club want him, but he can go there when he turns 16 years old. But he doesn't know yet, and his parents don't know yet what's gonna happen, because they want to play him in senior team. And of course, when you go to big club like Juventus, like Sporting, you're gonna play in academy, and this is what we want to, what they want to avoid. They want to keep him on the senior level. That's why we took him here, put him to the squad in the senior team, to don't go back to juniors. Okay, you have to stay in the senior team because you develop yourself, because you progress very, very fast, and you jumped the levels over your national team teammates, over your older colleagues, because from 14 years old you skipped up to the senior team. That is something what we achieved this season, and with him in the goal, we are fighting for promotion.
Lukasz, can I ask something?
That's incredible.
You said
That's
he's 15
incredible.
years old, right?
Yes, he's 15 years old right now. He turned 15 on February.
What is his height?
191.
191.
Yeah.
That's a ready goalkeeper, man. Okay. But I was wondering, like, he's so young to play with adults, but no, he's like way taller than me.
Yeah, look, 1 year ago, the same time like now, 1 year ago, he's been 184, and he had 69 kilograms. Now, 191 and 79 kilograms. Okay, because we checked him this week. So the guy is growing. Okay, I care about his motoric stuff also, about his muscles, about his movement, about his coordination and mobility. This is my project, okay, which I realize now, and let's see what's gonna be in the next years. But we are focused on the present, not too much on the future, and we don't look back what happened in the past. We are focused on what's going on right now.
Lukasz, this is clearly a very unique case. 14 years old playing for a first team, but okay, 15. Sorry, he's now 15. But you mentioned the physical side. Now, you know, as young boys, they don't develop until they're 22, 23 when they stop growing. Obviously, they go through puberty and the whole genetic side of things. How difficult is it for you not to overexert him? Because obviously, if he's put on a bit of weight, I'm assuming he goes to the gym, he does a lot of cardio, he looks after himself. But in that point between the age of 15 to say 18, you've got 3 years. How are you preparing him for that genetic change in his body?
Look, he has something like faster growing, you know, than his teammates. I think he will stop growing maybe in half a year. My prediction is that he will be maybe 194, 195, because we made an exam for his prediction of height, and the result was 197.
Okay,
but maybe there is a small chance for mistake. So maybe he will be 195. Maybe he will be 198. We don't know yet, but let's see. He will grow, okay, more, few centimeters. But for this moment, we care very much about his coordination to don't lose it, okay? Because look, his bones are longer. Every month, his this bone is longer, the legs bones are longer, the core is more stretched, and it's not easy to manage this for the young player. So that's why I have to push him to make not easy things in coordination way. and also I have to build his muscles, because when he's growing, his bones, knees, elbows, I don't know how to say about the shoulders,
The shoulders, yeah.
are not ready to manage the, I don't know in English this
Well,
word.
the load, I think it's the volume.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the intensity.
They are not
yeah.
ready to manage the intensity, but we can help it with building muscles. Okay, he has a
Yeah.
good body for building muscles. Okay, because the body understands the training and adapts this very fast.
Fantastic.
So look, he has a genetical advantages also, like Chesney I said before, and he has very strong mental side. And when I was his age, I was one of the best talents in Poland. I also been in the first team, in senior team, but I was a third goalkeeper in Ekstraklasa team. But we didn't have a reserves when I could play in the second team with seniors. So I still played for juniors. I played for national team, under 15, under 16, 17. But when I compare my skills with his skills, maybe I was something like 25, 30% what he has now, because my goalkeeping school was poor. I didn't know
Right,
how
okay.
to attack in a 1v1 situation. I didn't know how to play in offensive building up. I didn't know how to position myself for crosses. I didn't know this. No one told me. No one showed me. No one made me an analyze of my game. No
Yeah.
one said to me principles of the roles, how goalkeeper has to behave. No one. I was based on my intuition. That was too less. Okay, now
Yeah.
I created a model of goalkeeper, of the roles, of how he should to behave in every phase of the game, what he has to do when we open the game from a 5 meter small area, how he has to behave when he throws the ball, how he has when he has to use the side volley. He knows this very well, which is also, of course, it is mixed with the model of team playing, of course. But in defensive side, he knows how to position himself when the ball is in the cross area, when the ball is in the cutback area, when the ball is in the center of the field, when the ball is in the half zones. Okay, I don't want to talk about it because I can talk about it maybe 1 week. You know.
We could do a whole podcast about your player. Seems like it.
Yeah.
Very highly rated. Very highly rated. Okay, well, Lukasz, let's talk about IL now, because I know Panayiotis has probably got a whole heap of questions. But the first question I need to ask, and I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to leave it to Panayiotis after this, right? How did this move to IL come about? Did you know much about IL? Was your agent involved in some capacity?
Look, there was a time in Poland between seasons. So I stopped my contract for in Arka Gdynia, and I was looking for a club. Look, I was a little bit of tired for playing for Polish teams. I was ready to go somewhere. I pushed my agent. I told him many times, maybe 5 times a day, that look, you have to find a team abroad, because I want to check myself how I'm gonna manage my playing in abroad. So he said, okay, I'm trying, and I don't know exactly how happened, but my name went to the goalkeeper coach of AL when he had 4 other candidates for this position, 4 other goalkeepers, and I was one of 5 goalkeepers. So he checked every goalkeeper and he chose me. This is what I discovered after my contract in AL Limassol. I asked Nikos Konstantinidis, goalkeeper coach, why he chose me. He said because he wanted an aggressive goalkeeper who covers the space behind the defensive line, who is good in motoric way, who has a good explosive movements. And I was a goalkeeper like this. This was my style. I was covering the space behind the defensive line. And maybe if you remember my debut for AL against Hermes, I think I stopped three passes between defenders when the striker was very close to have a 1v1 situation with me. So I stopped it, I kicked the ball out, and that was my style, that was I was playing. And Nikos told me that he liked this side of my game.
I remember he was Stel. I was going to tell you that I remember very few games of you, but you mentioned before that you were not so good on one-on-one situations, but this is what I remember. That was your good side, your strong point.
Yeah.
As a goalie, right?
I said it because no one taught me. No, I didn't learn it when I was young, because there was no like a rule. Now I teach my goalkeepers how to behave in 1v1 situation, because we have maybe 3 strategies how to behave in this situation, and also you have 5 techniques how you can behave. Okay, you can make a block, you can make a frontal attack, you can make a position very close to the player. Okay, you can wait until the end like Casillas was doing. And you can have a block like Ter Stegen is doing. You can also attack the ball with your hands like Donnarumma is doing, or Buffon. So you have some techniques, you have strategies how you can behave. No one told me that I can do this. Okay, I discovered it after. And Nikos in AL Limassol was very aware of these techniques, and we were training this, and after some years, when I was senior team, I discovered how to behave in 1v1 situation. I was basing on my intuition also. And as you said, I had some good saves in 1v1 situations for Limassol, I remember. Because the style of our team, we played very high, okay? And there was a space for attackers from the opponents to find a good pass, to find a cross behind our defensive line, and they were very ready for it. So I had to be very far away from the goal, and I had some situations 1v1 in that 10 games which I played for.
Who was the other goalkeeper you were playing with, and who was the coach that year? Remind me.
Look, the other goalkeeper was Matthias DEGRA.
It was the second spell of DEGRA when he came back to Ireland in 2015, right?
Yes, he was his second time for AL. Before I went to AL Limassol, I saw that there is Matthias DEGRA. I realized that he's a strong guy. He's a strong number 1. And look, as I said, I wasn't European class goalkeeper, so I was very happy to join AL Limassol and take lessons from Matthias DEGRA, which when he was a very big friend of mine when I went to AL. First time I met the guy who is so polite, who is so friendly, who is so friend to me as a goalkeeper. Look, we Nikos Konstantinidis, the goalkeeper coach, he created an environment in AL Limassol that all goalkeepers is family. Okay, so before, when I've been in Poland, I didn't like the other goalkeeper, and the other goalkeeper didn't like me because we were fighting for first position. Okay, and we couldn't even have a coffee together. This is weird. Maybe this is from the childness, I don't know, but we couldn't speak normally. And Nikos and Matthias showed me that no, okay, we can be very close friends. We can support ourselves in every situation, but who decides about who plays? The head coach, the first coach. So when we look each other in the bad way, we are starting to have a bad energy, and bad energy doesn't help to develop ourselves, doesn't help to have a good form. So Nikos explained me many times, no, we have to be friends, okay? We have to support each other. And when we have a shooting exercise in AL, when I made a save, the loudest guy who says bravo to me or well done was Matthias or Nikos or the other goalkeepers when we had. So it was something big difference for me, because when I realized this, when I discovered this, I said to myself, no, I need to be the same, because I love to be in this environment. I love to compete with Matthias to play as a goalkeeper. Look, AL Limassol for me was something like a different perspective for seeing football. Okay, in how to say, in mental side, guys, because I realized that football is not only about anger, about fighting. I realized that AL Limassol and goalkeeper environment can be much different. Okay, so when I went for the first game debut, Matthias was injured. Okay, I think I made a good game, because some of journalists made me a hero for that game. We won 1-0, and I had some good saves. Look, the first guy who went to the field and told me congratulations was Matthias. I never realized this. I never experienced that feeling that look, the guy who should be angry because I made the game, he went to the field. Okay, he catch me like this. He lifted me up and he said, "Oh, bravo, Lukasz! Big game, big night for you." And also Nikos supported me. So I have a good memories, and I think that time in AL Limassol helps me to be a better goalkeeper coach. I didn't make a success for AL Limassol. We didn't make a champion. I just made 10 games, but this time was so productive, was so building for myself, and I will always remember AL time as my best in my football career as a player.
Really? That was
Yes.
very beautiful story. It's like football is about what you said before. Football is about creating a family environment. And from what I remember from my team, because IL didn't won many trophies, especially the last 20 years. It's very little success stories we have. Let's put it that way. And it's something that in 2012, when we won the only championship I remember winning, it was about the family environment the coach managed to create in the team, and that was I think the number one factor that helped the team and the players, to perform, because it's not just like now a lot of investors are in the football, as you see, a lot of money going on, and even in Cyprus started, and they bring some big names like Aris brought Kagorin from Fiorentina. That's a pretty expensive signing for Cyprus, but at the same time we see that the teams that they work like family, they respect each other, they have this teamwork. That's a very strong thing. And I didn't know that IL was working like that. I'm glad you said that, to be honest. It's something very beautiful you said.
It's also, I think it's also common to what happened around the team, because look, after my first game, so many people meet me on the street. And because look, I look like a European player, like a European guy. Okay, I have a blonde hair. I'm white. I'm not like you guys. Okay, because
Well, you're like me, I think.
yeah, but you look like a Cypriot guy. You have a beard. You have a dark hair. Okay, and many of you look like this. Okay, after first game, when I went on the street. Okay, many fans, supporters, how to say it? They knew who I am. I just made a one game for IL. I was surprised that someone is watching me. Someone is supporting me. Like Lukasz, good game. Lukasz, fantastic game. Lukasz, keep going like this. It was something that like a different world for me, When I live in Poland, okay, I'm in Gdańsk now. There is a big club, Lechia Gdańsk, okay. When their first goalkeeper walking on the street, no one knows that this is the first goalkeeper, okay. No one walks and shake hands with him that, oh, Dusan, you are the best. Oh, you are. I'm your fan. No. No one can behave like this. We are more cold guys, in Poland. In Cyprus, I realized that the support from fans is so strong, and it makes when you have a player with some skills, okay, he has the skills, he goes to the field, he shows the skills. But when you have a support from the fan, like love, like friendship, like I don't know, because maybe you are so obsessive in IL Limassol that that shows that IL fan is ready to do everything for the club, ready to give everything for the environment. For example, Stel lives in London, but he makes a program for Cypriot League. You are a fan of IL Limassol, but you are doing it for the club now, what we could talk about, what we are doing now. So when you have a player with these skills, okay, and you have a player with these skills, the same one, okay, who gonna play better? Who gonna give more? The guy who has behind him this IL family. This guy
depends from your mentality as well,
better.
right?
Yeah. So I was a goalkeeper like this, okay. I play in the goal against goalkeepers like this with skills, okay. But because of goalkeeper environment which Nikos created of support, and he support goalkeeper, and because of IL fans, I was feeling like this, I was feeling like.
So is that what made your time at IL so special, though? The fans?
Yeah. I have to say that my skills weren't so big, weren't so good to be a first goalkeeper of IL. But with your support, IL support, with Nikos' work, and all the environment, people who work for IL, I felt like a big player, you know. That's why I think I made a good games for IL. I didn't lose like 5-0 and my 4 mistakes. It wasn't a game like this, okay?
You know what you said now, it's actually it's giving me a pass for my next question was going to be the fans of IL. But before that, let me tell you something. My personal opinion, okay, is that I remember this year when Matias was injured and we changed him. I was against him coming back from the very beginning because players that do something good in a team and they leave, when they come back, it's almost impossible to do something, something good again. Usually they come back and they destroy the
Something the
reputation.
same. Yeah. Because you have
when
big
you leave,
expectations to him.
Exactly. And after you took over for a few games, it was pretty like how many games? 7, 8 games, maybe more.
10 games. I made this 10 games.
10 games, even more. You see, your numbers was better than Matias that year.
Maybe
percentage-wise, you did better. You did better than him. But anyway, I leave this behind. I'm telling you that so you know that in that year your numbers were pretty much better than Matias, which he made a really bad year in my opinion. But with all the respect, we love Matias because of everything did for the club. Now, my next question was going to be that every single player that comes to IL, they have a story about the people, And now you're saying about people meeting you in the streets and something. Is it any moment that you remember that it's stuck in your head, and you remember forever about these fans of IL? Something unique, something.
Yeah. Look, I lived in an apartment, and there on the ground floor there was a hairdresser, Roberto's. He's a big fan of IL, and I love the moments when I passed his studio, and he stopped his work. Because when he had a lady on the chair, he was doing her hair. When he watched me, okay, I was walking. I was passing his studio. He stopped his work. He was very, he was very obsessive IL fan. Okay, so yeah, he left the lady on the chair. He went out, okay, and he was able to talk with me 10 minutes, 15 minutes about what's going on in IL, what's going to be the next game, how we train, how we feel, everything about IL Limassol, This was like, when you work, when you have a lady on the chair and you are a hairdresser, you can't do like this. But he was, when he watched me, he went out and he was only focused on IL Limassol. Imagine, and the lady was waiting there. This is a very nice moment, And when I was on holiday last year in Cyprus, I was in Protaras with my family. We had a car. We went to Limassol, and with no message before, with no call before, I was passing like always here studio, and you know what? He saw me when I was driving the car. Okay, he ran away from the studio. Okay, and he said, "Lukasz, what are you doing?"
He remembered you.
Yeah. I had to stop the car on the road because he saw me. Okay, I went out the car, and he was running away from the studio. He was hugging me. Look, I say really, I have to tell him big hello to Roberto. Maybe he's seen the program because
Panayiotis, you can find
fan.
him. Find him, Panayiotis. Get him on your podcast.
Yeah.
I will search for this guy.
This is very unique moment. Also, the unique moment is that we had a game against Apollon. We lost this game 2-0. I played that game instead of Matthias, and We lost the game, but we went ahead of fans, okay, and they were shouting, they were supporting us. That's why I decided to take my shirt to throw to the fans, and that was a big moment for me because we lost the game, but fans were very how to say, helpful.
Supportive.
They were understanding our bad situation. They knew that we were fighting for a good result, but referee mistake was there. There was we lost the game from corner kick. It wasn't bad. It wasn't our bad game, and fans understood it. Okay, and they were supporting us after. They discussing with us in a positive way. So I remember this moment also. I remember also the moment when I realized when I came to Cyprus. Okay. First time when you are in Cyprus, you have a different road. Okay, you have to drive on the left, not on the right, like in Europe. Okay, so they gave me the club gave me a car, and other day we had a gym session. I didn't know Limassol too much. Okay, so I had to travel with GPS, Google Maps, and look, I was holding a phone like this, okay, driving like this, and I hit the other car, you know. Look, normal situation in Poland, you get out, there is an angry guy, okay, who can call to police, and he shouts you, and he's very angry, you know. In that situation, I was in aisle shirt, okay, because I was going straight to the gym in the Miramar Hotel. We have a gym with Nikos. After that gym, we had to go back for the training on the field. So when he saw my T-shirt and he saw me as a white man who doesn't know what's going on, he told me, "Hey, you are a fan of RL or a player of RL?" I said to him, "No, I'm a goalkeeper of RL. I'm just here 2 days, mate." And he said, "Okay, forget. My car is okay." So that is another unique moment.
Brilliant.
When look,
That's
I hit
very
his
nice
car.
story.
Yeah. His mirror, small mirror on the side, was broken. You know, so normal situation, you have to sign a paper to for insurance and etc. or pay him money. But in that situation, he said, you are a new goalkeeper, forget it."
Brilliant.
So
Amazing.
I said to myself, I like to be in here because people are different, you know. Look, guys, I really like to be in Cyprus. I was 10 days in Cyprus last year, and I was thinking to myself, I could stay here. This is my place in the world, and maybe this is very strange, weird, but I always say to people, Cyprus is more is a home for me, maybe more like in Poland, because I don't know why, but the weather, the people, the culture, the mental, very suits to me.
So would you go if there was a goalkeeping coach role available?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to say that my target is to be in a Cypriot club as a goalkeeper coach, because in this football world you have to be ready for every challenge. But
Yeah.
I would take it very kindly. I would consider very, very strongly if I have any offer from Cypriot club, because as I said, I love this island. I love the people there, and I know if I come there, I will be very happy, and my family will be happy. And your football is growing, clubs are growing, and I observe every season what's going on in Cypriot club. I'm very interested, And if there is any possibility from any club in Cypriot, I would consider very, very strongly to move my family and provide my coaching career in the island.
Look, slowly now, truth to be told, is that Cyprus started to work more professionally when it comes to football. As you can see,
Yes.
there are even already two teams that they work in a very professional manner, like it's Paphos FC and Aris.
Yeah.
They have very good professional people working for the club. And slowly, I see that everyone tries to follow this path. And I hope at some point we will be able to have people like you to be specialized for specific things. You know, this is for goalkeepers, this is for defenders, this is for the strategy. And it's not just one coach make everything. I understand it's a teamwork,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
No, Lukasz, because my time is running down. As you may know, Ireland and Omonia now we play on the final for the cup on the upcoming Wednesday. So I think the people and fans of IL how we live these moments. It's not just one game, one day. We start weeks before that and we celebrate. Sometimes we lose and we continue celebrating.
Yeah.
And so all this thing with our show for the Lions Den is IL podcast. So everyone now is on their final hype. So and they make some parties in Limassol. We're invited to go and speak with the people. With your permission, I would like to say that I spoke with you this morning on this podcast, and if it's okay, I would like to say some of your stories.
Because you of course can say it, and look, I will be a big fan of IL in this game. I know that it's a big occasion for you to have a success this season, okay? Because in the relegation group, you are not happy, of course, okay? You don't want to be there. And this final can be a difference, and players have to make this difference to make fans happy, okay?
As a
In
football
50%.
player, professional football player, like you played a lot of important games. I understand. I feel nervous for the game on Wednesday. So how do the players feel in such a big games? I mean, what is the psychology and how do you feel when you go and play games like that?
I think you can stress a bit before the game. Everyone is different, okay? I tell to my goalkeepers to work like a robot, like a machine, okay? You go to the field, no emotion, no, put it away, leave it in the dressing room, okay? Because imagine when the doctors go on a surgery, you want the doctor with emotions, okay,
No.
or you want the doctor only focus on technical stuff, okay? That
over
is the
emotion.
same with players.
Logic
okay,
over emotion.
leave your emotion, okay? Maybe this is positive emotion, take it. If it's negative emotion, leave it, okay? You don't need it disturbing you, okay? So when you go to the game, you got to be only focused on tactical, technical stuff, okay? You have to respect the rules, you have to do the task from the coach, only focus on it, okay? If you make a mistake, it's a part of the game, okay? You must be focused on the next situation to be better, to behave better, okay? To play in following the rules which your coach told you, okay? No emotions. So you ask me about how they feel it. They should have good feelings before the game, okay? They should know how important this is the game for everyone, okay? They have to know that the celebration is waiting for them because it has to be a motivation for them, okay? Let's win this game, then celebrate, okay? We can't think about only the celebration without being focused on the game, okay? So celebration is like a word, okay? But now the most beautiful part is preparing for this game, and being on the field. This is the most beautiful. Okay, I always talk to my goalkeepers. Look, when you get something, when you achieve something, the moment which you will remind in the future is not the moment you take a cup when you win the game. It's not the moment. You're gonna more remember the road for this. Okay, how you struggle, how you manage the problems, how you prepared yourself, how the game was in this example. The players, the respect for the players is that they are in the final, okay, and they really appreciate it for sure. How they beat the previous games, how they beat the previous opponents in the cup, but now the whole moment and the whole game is the most important, because football is a present, not past, not future. Because when they go to the field, they have to be focused what's going now. Okay, they didn't want to be they didn't need to be focused that they are in a relegation group or they won some previous games in the cup. No, forget about it, just focus on now. Okay, and that's why we have that's why we have a beautiful games in football when a weak team beats very big team, because they present. This is the most important part in football. Okay, if a more weak player is much focused on the present that the big player, okay, he will be better, he will get better results. So now forget about the season, forget about the previous games, focus on the game. Okay, and there is as a coach what I see: if you play good, if you play and you are in the flow, okay, because there is something like a flow in your mind. Okay, when you are very, very focused, when you are awake on a good level, okay, not too high, not too low, on a good level, you can find the flow. And you have a flow. When you have a flow in the game, good things happen. Okay, you make a big assist, you make a nice goal, you make a dribble, you make a fantastic save. Okay, so guys, the players has to be concentrate on the present, be focused on themselves. Okay, how they want to play, because about finals, some of coaches in Poland say we don't play finals. We can only you don't play finals. You win finals. No one remember the loser. Okay, so let's build a very positive attitude for this game. Let's be focused on tactical stuff, on the rules, because when you respect the rules, when you play as the coach wants you, you're gonna score. Okay, but you have to keep 0 behind. Be good in defensive side. But if you believe in yourself, and I think Al is able to do it, they will score. So last game they won 3-0, right?
Against Carnodisa, yeah.
Yeah, and it is very good sign for the final.
Lukasz, before we wrap it up, I know Panayiotis needs to leave soon, and we've done for almost an hour, so thank you so much for your time. I've got some quick questions about your time at Isle. I'm going to try and make it a little bit more humorous, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about former teammates at IL, which former teammate would you say was the best dancer at the club?
The best dancer.
Yeah, the best dancer. Look, we had a big mix in the club. Okay, they've been African players. They like to dance. They dance very perfectly. Okay, I loved to watch them how they dance. And there was Marco Airosa who liked to dancing before the games. You know, he had a good rhythm. He had the good steps. Yeah, and when you put African music with nice rhythm and beats, okay, he was dancing very nicely. and there was Meska,
winger,
the young player who was a friend of mine that time. We were driving to the training ground together. I used to pick him up for every session, and he was dancing also very good.
Okay, so it's one question, but it's in two parts. Who was the best dresser? Who wore the best clothes, and who wore the worst clothes? Because I'm sure you've seen many things.
I love your questions, man.
The worst for sure was Meska. Why? Because when we had 40 degrees, okay, and I used to pick him up in July or August, he was dressed like in the winter, the big blues, trousers, hat, okay. But when we had a winter time during December, he used to have only shorts, only t-shirt, and there was maybe 13 degrees. And I said to him, Fila, what is this? In the summer you dress up like in UK, but when we have a winter, you dress like you are in Cyprus in the summer. What's going on? I never get a good answer from him. So for today, I'm still thinking why he did it, but I don't know why. The best one who was dressing, the Soares, there was a defensive midfield. He was taking care very much about what he dressed. The trousers, the t-shirt. I remember that when he enters the dressing room, you want to take a smartphone, okay, and take a picture with him together.
Instagram model.
Yeah, like a model.
Okay.
The guy played for Omonia too, right? So
Yep. Defensive midfielder, I think he was. Defensive midfielder, I think he was. Yeah. Okay, so the best singer, who could sing the best?
There was one guy, Valentinos Shelis, okay? He used to sing very loudly, okay? He's one of my favorite players, okay? He was the defender, and when I had him next to me, I feel very comfortable.
That's very good.
But after the games, he was singing loudly, and I say cheers to him because he's a very good guy.
Yeah, didn't he play in South Korea?
Yeah, he's back now.
He's back in Cyprus. Yeah.
He's back now. Yeah.
I found funny story. I went to rent a new apartment, so I was waiting for the owner to come and show me the apartment. The door opens. It's like Valentino Shelis there. I was like, "What are you doing in Cyprus?" I was like, "I came back, but I'm not gonna stay because I'm afraid to find a contract in Cyprus because they don't really pay." So this is what he said, and
okay.
Okay,
let's see what's gonna happen with him next season.
I think he's trying to find a team outside.
Well, he's not with the club, is he? He's not with the club.
I think he's not too old because he left for Miles was like 26 around there. He must be 1-2 years younger than me.
Yeah. Well, look, my final question with regards to Karen. No.
I want to say something to him after your final question. So go with your question.
Okay, Lukasz. I'm sure that maybe not so much you, but maybe your teammates used to go to the bars and the nightclubs in Limassol, because I used to go to Rumors a lot when I was younger, and then there was a club called Basement. There was Fiction. What was the other one? The Titanic. Was it Titanic there, Panayiotis? Was it Titanic? It's in Limassol.
Ήταν η Σαχάρα που ήταν μέσα, ήταν Titanic, ήταν Calatex. Και μετά το replay. It's crazy.
I remember one club in the center of Limassol, Seven Ocean. Yes.
Okay. Seven Seas.
Seven Seas. Sorry. Yes. Seven Seas.
That's the.
I went there with my wife that time during a carnival in Limassol. Okay, it was after the game, or we have a national team break, and I was afraid. I don't know if I should. I was a player, But when I went into the club, I met the players there, so I felt much more comfortable that I'm not the only one, you know.
And Meska was there dancing. Meska was there dancing right in the corner.
Yeah.
Airosa. It's like Marco Airosa.
And also the others. So that's
Amazing.
what I can say about it. But also the other story, there is, the striker Piech, Arkadiusz Piech.
Also Polish, yeah.
What the striker, man. First game he comes, he scores 3 goals. Second game, another 3, another 3. I was like, what?
Yeah. He scored a lot, yeah. But
9 goals in 4 games.
Look, he's also a Polish guy, okay. So when he arrived to Cyprus, okay, he arrived with his agent, okay, and after they signed a contract, okay, they went to the bar and they were celebrating. So I saw him in the next day in the club, and he was really tired. I said, "Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's a it's a first day in the club. You don't like it?" No, my friend. I was out in the city. I said to him, "You are the first day in Cyprus, and you got to the party, man. Why not?" So this is not me.
He performs perfectly.
Okay, but he has a character. He's strong. Look, I was seeing at him and I was thinking to myself, what a guy, what a striker. Look, his mental was so strong. Okay, that's why he scored a lot. He was a very good striker. Even when he came back to Poland, he was good. Before he goes to Cyprus, he was very good because his mental strong. Okay, when he get the ball, shoot. He was very able to find the space where the balls, when the ball appear, and he shoot. Okay, that's why he scored a lot of goals. So his mental is very good for party, but his mental is very good also for taking challenges. Okay.
And, it was pity this guy went to Apollon after.
Yeah, another story.
What a shot.
Another story. When we had a training session, okay, and there was a small game, okay, like 5-2, okay, so 5 players play against 2 in the middle, okay. So the 2 players from inside try to take the ball to get out. Okay, so we used to play this game, and sometimes you have a contact, sometimes you have a tackle, sometimes you have something. Okay, and first day in AL Limassol, there was a contact between Piech and Airosa. Okay, and Airosa told me, Lukasz, tell him to be more calm. Don't contact so much. Don't kick too much. Okay. And the same time, Arek told me, Piech told me, tell to him that next time I will kick him into the head. So look at his character, Airosa told me to calm him down, and Piech told me, next time he do the same, I kick him into the head.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Well, Lukasz, I know Panayiotis got another question, but before we wrap it up...
No, it's not a question, it's a statement.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you tell me your statement, and then I'll say what I need to say, and then we'll be good. We'll be good.
All I want to say is that if you come to Cyprus anytime, get my contacts from Stel, okay? Give me a call. I would love to have a nice one-on-one in the studio. I love the studio. I want to have my people sitting there and talking and discussing. And after having this beautiful conversation with you now, I would love to make a live one in the studio. So anytime you come to Cyprus, give me a call. You're more than welcome. And then I take you out. We go eat in a beautiful place.
Sure, I would be very grateful to have this in the future. And maybe Stel will come together to Cyprus.
Hope so. Hope so.
So, guys, thank you so much. It
Lukasz,
means a
thank
lot
you.
to me. It means a lot to me that someone from Cyprus remembers me. And as I told you on the beginning of our interview, my football time, when I remember my best times, is about Cypriot time. Okay, so I would be very happy to be back again in Cyprus one time.
Well, that's a beautiful way to end the show. Lukasz, thank you so much for your time. Panayiotis, thank you for jumping on, and thank you to our sponsor, the Fine Harvest. We'll be back very,
Thank you
very
so
soon.
much,
So
boys.
until next time, take care, everyone.